have all right, so I have one too. And you can ask my wife about this because she was with me. So I get out of the Marine Corps in '08, right? Moved back in with my mom over in Plano, right there off of Spring Creek Parkway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're living in these apartments, right? And it's a 3-bedroom. Yeah.
Let me breathe.
I got plenty of lights in here, man. If they all go off, we're calling it a night. Done, bro.
Going under the table.
Yeah, we're done. I'm out. I am
Yeah.
out, dude. No, just playing. But so there was always like we lived in this apartment. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. My sister and her husband, they lived upstairs in the 2nd bedroom, and I lived in when I moved in, I went into the office room, which was really small, but it was just me. I didn't really have much out of the Marine Corps or whatever, right? And so my nephew Isaiah, he was a baby. He was like a year and a half at the time. He was always crying at night for some reason. And he never cried, but like middle of the night, he would wake up yelling. And we're like, man, what the heck is going on, you know? So over the next couple of weeks, my sister's husband, he was always complaining that there was someone pulling his legs in the middle of the night. And he thought it was my sister. And so she was like, no, it's not me. So they saved up, they got their own place. Like, he was tired of it. He was like, no, there's something here, we're out. He was Mexicano too, from Mexico.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, we're out. And my mom, you know, she was like, I don't think so, you know, whatever. And so they moved out of that room. I moved in that room. And then I got all of my stuff out of storage and I put it in the other room. Right? And I put my bed in there, everything like that. Dude, all right. Ask my wife right now, dude. She was a part of it. She remembers it. So first thing that happened was I was going to sleep, and I was there for like 2 or 3 weeks before anything ever happened. Like, I slept there. My mom would ask me like, hey, is there anything going on? It's like, nah, I don't feel nothing. There's nothing there. Like, not yet. So then, yeah, like almost like a couple of weeks passed. And next thing I know, the bathroom is like right across the hall from where I, like, literally, like, you open the door, the bathroom straight ahead. It was a small little hallway, very small. I start hearing like my toothbrush kind of moving around. I hear like my toothpaste, and you know, a lot of Mexicano moms, they have like that porcelain toothbrush holder that has like 4 holes.
Yeah.
And you just put your toothbrush in there. Okay. And whenever you move your toothbrush, you hear it clinking around, clink, 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 right? Okay. That's what I was hearing at night. And I said, ain't no fucking way, bro. I text my sister at the time. I said, bro, I think it's something is here. Because I thought maybe something was following like her husband or something, you know, because nothing happened for a while. And so she was like, yeah, she texted me back. I told you. I was like, oh shit, okay. Next night, I hear like walking back and forth from the room. I had the door closed, but from the room, from my beginning of my room outside that door to the other room across the hall, I heard like walking back and forth. I was like, bro, there ain't no way. I was like, as long as he don't mess with me, I'm good. Just stay in there. Because obviously he didn't come in the room when my door was closed. So, you know, I was out with a couple of Marine buddies and, you know, kind of tipsy. Came back home, forgot to shut my door, and I kind of went to bed. And
Oh man.
Okay, look, bro, I'm getting into this, bro. I'm about to tell you the story right now.
When you tip right now, think about it.
Yeah.
I just want to go home.
Yeah. All right,
Man, I've been sobered up like,
dude. So I went to sleep, and I just on the bed crashed out, and I sleep on my right side. I've slept on my right side since I was little, whatever. So I always sleep on if you're looking at the bed, the left side of the bed.
okay,
Right? Because I sleep on my right side. So I sleep facing the end of the bed. I woke up to this snoring. Grown man snore. I was like, I thought I was dreaming. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, what the hell is that? What the fuck is that, man? I'm just kind of like sitting there, and I kind of like go like this, you know, and I look over, grab my phone and look at it, and it was like 2:30. I was like, damn, I barely got home. Like, I got home at like 1 or something. I went to bed, and I hear this grown man snore like, and I finally wake up. Like, I get myself together. I was like, ain't no way, dude. I said, ain't no way. There's a ghost man snoring in my freaking bed, bro. I said, ain't no way,
Bruh.
And I just kind of sat there, and I kind of turned my head like this.
Oh, no.
And I don't see anything, but I hear him.
Yeah.
I hear him dead, bro, as if I'm here snoring in your ear. Like, this is how close I could hear the guy snoring. And I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep. And I fall back to sleep, wake up in the morning, nothing. I told my sister, I was like, hey, did you ever have this experience? Like, whatever. She's like, no, that's never happened. Luis always just complained about his feet being tugged. I was like, okay.
Man.
So then, Cassidy comes over.
Spirit with foot fetish.
Yeah, Cassie comes over, and I was telling her about all this stuff that was happening. And she was like, oh, okay. So she was taking a shower. She was doing something or whatever, but she was taking a shower. I was in the room, and she like comes flying out of the shower, like with a towel, and just like, babe. I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
She was like, did you just open the curtain and rub my back? I was like, no.
What the
I was like, I was in here, like I was sitting, I think I was playing like Xbox or something, like 360. I think I was playing some 360. Ask her, bro, after this. Ask her about this shit. And I was like, nah. She was like, she goes, I was washing my hair. I had shampoo in my face.
Close your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've always. Have you ever felt that when you're like in a strange place, you don't
Yeah.
you don't want to close your eyes to wash your hair.
Yeah.
You don't feel that. Oh man, fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And she said she was washing her hair, and she had her eyes closed. She was rinsing it, and that she like felt something. She felt like grasping her leg, and she was like, babe, stop. I'm taking a shower. Like, she thought it was me, and then she rinsed out her hair, and she felt it again, and she was like, babe, stop. And she turned around, and the shower curtain is open, and she never heard the shower curtain even open.
Wow.
And then she said she just like turned the shower off, got out, she ran in the room, and she started telling me that. I was like, oh,
Damn.
hell no, bro.
I would have not showered for weeks, man.
All right. Fast forward, all these events were happening. So I'm going to make a long story short. Okay, I come home. I forgot why I came home from doing something. And it was just me. I walk up, I'm getting goosebumps again, bro. Look at that.
Yes, you actually.
God damn. So I'm walking. I'm not lying, dude. I'm getting goosebumps just saying this story. I walk up the stairs, and I open my door. Oh my God, dude. I got, look. Oh, shit. There is this old man sitting on my bed.
What?
Clear.
No.
I swear to Christ, I am not. I see this old man just sitting on my bed in these suspenders. He had this hat, old looking guy, and he's just looking at me, and I'm just like staring at him.
Bruh.
I could see straight through him, and he was a bluish white, almost like the lights, like that color on the lights that we have right here, like that, like a bluish white looking, right?
See, mine was kind of like that, but grayish.
But gray?
Yeah, kind of like a gray blue.
Yeah. And I just sat there, I looked at him, and dude, he looked right up at me, and I was like, I just stood there, and then I'm trying to speak. I am trying to say, leave, you are not welcome. Like, I was trying. Nothing was coming out of my throat, and I'm like,
You're just stuck.
like
kind of like
choking on ghost dick.
when he's probably saying this like this shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, that's what it sounded like. I'm trying to talk.
oh man,
I'm trying to talk like it just wouldn't come out,
that's fucking nuts.
And eventually he gets up and he starts walking, and then he just fades.
Just man.
And I was like, oh, hell no. I run straight to the apartment complex manager. And I'm going to make this story really short. I tell them what happened over the course of all these weeks, everything like that. The lady turns pale white.
Oh man.
And I'm like, I look at her, I said, someone has complained about this, haven't they? And she goes, she just sat there spooked. She's spooked as fuck. She is spooked as fuck, bro. And I said, you need to tell me something because this shit, I just saw this man. Who the fuck was this man?
Yeah.
And she goes, we've had complaints of your neighbors behind you of seeing a man walking in their hallway.
Oh, hell no.
And she goes, what did he look like? And I told her, bro, all the blood came out of her face. She was weta, like white. I'm just white. Weta, dude. She just ghosts when I explain what he looks like because they said the same explanation, bro. And so, long story short, like I was saying, I started investigating, and so did my wife. Like, who is this man? He has to be somebody. Has to be somebody. He has to live here or something. So we started looking into it, and you know the high school right there in Plano, it's called R.C. Clark on Spring Creek Parkway. Anyways, it's called R.C. Clark High School. So there was a man back in the 1800s. His name was R.C. Clark. And you know what the fucked up thing is? Me and my wife, we nicknamed this ghost. We named him Bob. We nicknamed him Bob. Guess what the R stood for? Robert.
What?
Honest to God, ask my wife when we leave this podcast, bro. We nicknamed the ghost Bob, bro, for the longest time. I'm like, oh, Bob's doing this, Bob's doing that. Just nickname for shits and gigs. Come to find out that dude's name was Robert Clark. Shit, dog. Tell me that ain't fucked up shit. Man. And so the lady, she found this picture of these three old men.
Oh, man.
A real picture from the 1820s. And she called me and she was like, hey, I need you to come down to do something real quick, like a lineup type thing. I was like, okay. So I went down to the office and she was like, I need you. She did investigations too. So she knew who the man was. And she had this picture on the computer of these three men that were in like a farm uniform. And she goes, I need you to pick out which man you saw.
Yeah. No.
And I go, that one. Bro, she gets out of her chair because that was Robert C. Clark.
Wow.
That was the man. It was him, it was his son, and then it was another older man that owned the land with him. But she knew which man was Robert C. Clark.
And the neighbors probably said the same.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And I said, that without hesitation, I go, that one. I didn't even have to look twice. I go, that dude right there. Bro, she was freaked. She started crying, bro. She was like, oh, man. Like, she didn't know what to do, dog. And, yeah. And so eventually what happened was my son's toys would go off at night. Like, all of his toys, his Spider-Man stuff, everything would always, the electronics would go off. He owned all that land before anybody.
Yeah.
He owned I think it was 600 acres out there in Plano. Where our apartment building was in that field, because it was like a big field kind of.
Yeah.
Where we were at, dude, that was his house. I found a picture of his house, like where it was built. And our apartment that had 4 apartments in there in one building, his house was right there. He had a 10-bedroom, pretty big mansion house back in the 1800s. And where it was located, we were by his master bedroom.
Oh, jeez.
That's why he was around there.
That's crazy.
His grandson, there was a lake that used to be behind there. His grandson ended up dying and drowning in that lake, which is why the toys would always go off. And then he ended up dying out of depression from his grandson because he was watching his grandson that day. It's all true story, bro. Look it up. Look at a true story. And he died of depression because he was farming, doing something. He wasn't watching his grandkid, and he ended up passing away in the lake, drowning, and he couldn't find his body. And so he was just wandering around, and so we slept at his master bedroom was in that little area. Both of the apartment complexes, it was right there.
That is nuts, man.
True story, dude. You can ask my wife after this. True fucking story.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And so after that, we told them, my mom was like, find us another, put us on the opposite side of the apartment complex. So we got off, we signed a different lease, and we moved to the opposite side. Never had any problems ever again.